AI is absolutely everywhere in accounting, right? But with all this incredible power, there's a huge question of responsibility. So today, we're going to cut through all the noise and get right to the heart of it. What are the real ethical guidelines for CPAs using AI? And let me tell you, the answer, it's probably not what you think.
So this whole thing actually started for me when someone asked this exact question at a presentation I was giving. And it just hit me. This is the question we all need to be asking, right? How do we use all this amazing new AI tech without, throwing away the core duties of our profession?
And I gotta be honest with you. My answer in that moment, it was pretty much a guess. I said something like, probably not. I just figured other fields were probably way ahead of us with hard and fast rules. It felt like an honest answer at the time, but, well, it turns out that was really only half the story.
So I went and did some digging, and what I found was pretty interesting. While there isn't some big, shiny CPA AI ethics codebook you can just download, there is some really powerful guidance out there. It's just been quietly popping up from some pretty important organizations.
And we're not talking about some obscure groups here. These are the heavy hitters. You've got CPA Ontario, which has put out specific guidance on AI governance. Then there's the IESBA, that's the Global Ethics Board. They've updated their tech standards. And even Canada's audit regulator, the CPAB, has weighed in. So yeah, the guidance is definitely there. You just have to know where to look.
And here's the really crucial part. None of this guidance is trying to reinvent the wheel. It's all anchored in the stuff every CPA already knows like the back of their hand. Competence and due care? Yep, still applies. Confidentiality? You bet. And the big one, you still own the conclusion. The tech might be new, but that fundamental responsibility, that hasn't changed one bit.
Okay, so to really get how to apply all this, we need to talk about a distinction that, honestly, most AI articles just completely miss. But for every accountant listening, this is going to be second nature. It's the difference between an answer and a work paper.
Think about it like this. An AI, it can give you an answer, right? It just spits out a number, maybe from a total black box. But a work paper, well, that's the evidence. It's that traceable, defensible trail that shows your work, that backs up your conclusion. It's the foundation for any audit. And let's be real, our profession doesn't just run on answers. It runs on work papers.
And once you see it that way, it totally reframes the whole conversation. We have to stop asking, hey, can the AI do this task? And start asking a much smarter, much more important question, this one right here. Can this AI tool actually produce the audit-ready evidence we need, and does it let a human actually stay accountable?
So when you put all the focus on evidence and accountability, it all leads to one really clear solution. Every single piece of guidance from all these different bodies, it all points in the exact same direction. The human-in-the-loop model.
And look, this isn't about being a Luddite or being afraid of new tech. Not at all. It's about protecting the very thing that makes our profession valuable in the first place. Public trust is our currency, right? And that trust is built on two things, accountability and evidence. You can't outsource that stuff, period. So what you get is this really smart division of labor. Think of the AI as the ultimate preparer. It can extract, it can reconcile, it can draft, all at a speed we can't even imagine. But, and this is a big but, the human professional has to always be the approver. You're the one who applies the judgment, you're the one who signs off. Okay, so knowing the model is great, but putting it into practice, that's the real challenge. So let's get super practical right now. I'm going to walk you through a 5-step framework your team can use, like today, to build a solid, defensible governance model for all your AI workflows. All right, let's break it down. Step 1, define the roles. Super simple, but critical. Just formally write it down. AI is the preparer, the human is the approver. That sets the whole tone. Step 2, demand work paper by design. This means you make it a non-negotiable rule. Any AI output has to come with structured reviewable evidence, like a log file that shows its homework. Okay, third, set up review gates. You need to document exactly what gets a mandatory human review. Is it based on materiality? Is it a complex estimate? Get those rules down. Fourth, data boundaries. This is huge. Where is your data allowed to go? Who can touch it? What are your rules for third-party tools? Write it down. And finally, number 5, manage change. If the AI model gets an update or even a key prompt changes, you have to log it and revalidate the whole process. That's how you stay in control. Okay, so let's bring this all the way back to that question from the beginning of my presentation. After everything we've just gone through, what's the real answer? The complete answer for CPAs trying to figure out AI ethics?
It really all boils down to this one simple idea. The message from CPA Ontario, from IESBA, from CPAB, it is incredibly consistent and crystal clear. Yes, you can absolutely use AI, but you can never outsource your judgment, your accountability, or your obligation to have solid evidence. So yeah, embrace the tools, but never, ever give up your professional responsibility.
So, I just want to leave you with this final thought. Thinking this way isn't anti-AI. In fact, it's profoundly pro-accounting. It's about doubling down on what makes us valuable in the first place. Our judgment, our commitment to evidence, that's why people trust us. So the real question you have to ask your team is this. As we bring in all this new AI, are we building a system that actually makes those core values stronger? Is your team really ready for that? Thanks for tuning in.